Hello everyone, today's a makes video, everything I sewed in June and July. I'm Sharon, welcome to my channel, a channel all about sewing. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is the Glenelly dress from Itch to Stitch. I love this little knit dress and I also love the top pattern so much that I have sewn 4 to date. They are blue, floral, red and pink, and camo. And this camo, I took this little sequin trim that's got the mesh on the side of it and sewed it into the side seam. That strip of sequin bling that I added is about 1.5 inches wide. To compensate for that, on the sleeve pattern, I added from the notch on the front and the back to the underarm seam about 3/4 of an inch. That way it fits with the additional width that I added at the side seam. The fabric is a cotton spandex that I purchased, I believe, from Kelly Fabrics about 2 years ago. Has about 50% stretch and worked beautifully in this top pattern. My plan is to sew a pair of joggers and have a little matching set. And here are the other versions. The pink and red is a cotton jersey left over from another project. The floral in the center is a double brushed knit left over from another project. And that beautiful blue, that is a rayon jersey knit. And of course, the dress that comes with this pattern. You're not going to believe this. This fabric was a pre-cut Walmart bundle. It cost me all of $6. Now, I know I was really fortunate with this. I haven't always been that fortunate with the Walmart pre-cut bundles, and I know some of you have not either. But every once in a while, you get a nice piece of fabric that sews up beautifully. The other Itch to Stitch design that I sewed in July is the Spirren tank. Floral, coral, and stripe. One thing I like about this tank top is the subtle shaping that it has. There are options for a full bust option and a regular bust option, and you can wear this alone as I am here, or it makes a great layering piece. Do you know what I especially love about this top? This particular one started life as a little summer dress that I picked up at a thrift shop for $1. I don't know what the fiber content is, but it had enough of a stretch to make this top, and I think it's a fabulous little summer top. I absolutely adore the color on this coral one. I think it's a beautiful color, and really most people can wear that coral, don't you think? Now, this fabric came from a Mart fabric mystery bundle, so I don't know the exact fiber content. It's a little bit lighter weight, and unfortunately, it did not have as much recovery as I think this top needs. Because of that, I don't wear this. It just kind of stretches out of shape and doesn't look as nice. I'm sharing this one that I do not wear because it was my test garment just to see how the pattern fit. I don't think you should use stripes. It kind of doesn't look so flattering in the bust area. But again, this started out as a $1 thrift store find. I took my favorite fitted t-shirt pattern, the cashmere Concord tee, and I hacked the pattern and gave it a puff sleeve on 2 t-shirts. One out of an ITY knit and one out of a Liverpool knit. I love the print and the colors on this one. So summery, right? Unfortunately, I forgot to take into consideration that Liverpool knit is really not a good choice for a top in the summer if you live in a warm weather climate like I do. The fabric just doesn't breathe, and that means when you're wearing it outside in the hot sun, it's very uncomfortable. The second one I sewed, I used an ITY knit and an animal print. I do love a good animal print. And what I like about this is that puff sleeve is just very subtle, that it's not overwhelming on the t-shirt. I seem to have a tops theme going here. Next up is another top. This is the Luna tank from Helen's Closet. You know what I really love about this little tank top? It was a free PDF pattern, always a bonus. Super quick to sew, very comfortable to wear in the heat. For this top, I used Vogue 1744 View D. This is a fabulous shirtweight fabric from Mart Fabrics. And I sewed this shirt as my quarterly blog post for Mart as one of their Fabricistas. Now, plaid. This was an uneven plaid. I couldn't match things up exactly, so I did a couple little tricks. I added lace to the back yoke that kind of distracts the eye from the plaid. And I cut this back part on the bias. That way I didn't have to match it at the seams. All I had to do was think about matching the main stripe across the front. This top is from BurdaStyle magazine, May 2019 issue, top number 113. I loved the look of this top. The moment I got the magazine, I knew I wanted to sew it. Now, a couple things. it doesn't hit my waist. It hits me about 2 inches above my waist. I did not take that into consideration when I was sewing this. Next time I'll need to add some length there. There are 4 buttons down the front, and it's open a little bit at the bottom at that faux peplum, which it's actually quite comfortable. I expected the sleeves to be a little bit more of a statement sleeve, but they're still cute, right? The fullness at the bottom of the sleeve comes from little darts. The fabric I used is a cotton voile that I received in a mystery bundle from Mart Fabrics. This would be a great top as I transition from the warmer summer months into fall. This top is McCall 7325. This lovely fabric is a lightweight peach skin polyester floral print from Minerva. And I did receive the fabric at no charge in exchange for a blog post on their website. That will be linked in the description box below. This pattern was released in 2016, and while I've always been kind of drawn to those boho styles, I really didn't think it was something that I would want to sew and wear. However, when I received this lovely fabric, I didn't have enough to sew a dress, and I knew I wanted something that was flowy and potentially with a ruffle, and I pulled this pattern out. You can see how a different fabric choice really changes the look of the design. I liked this about the sleeves. They actually are partially open, as you can see there, and kind of nice when you live in warm weather climate like I do. This is described as fitted through the bust. While I did not do a real full bust adjustment on this pattern, I did add about 1.5 inches to that center front piece, kind of a cheater FBA. Next time I think I'll take the time to do a real full bust adjustment. This sleeveless topper is Simplicity 8707. If you look at the pattern envelope, you can tell that I hacked it a bit. I knew I wanted a maxi length, so I measured from the bottom of the pattern piece to the floor to determine how much extra I needed to add. Then I divided that in thirds. My top ruffle is 1/3 and my bottom ruffle is 2/3. That top ruffle I cut 2 times the diameter of the hem, and that bottom ruffle I cut 3 times the diameter of the hem. That's achieving that big fullness that I wanted. Now that works because I have a very lightweight fabric here. It's almost sheer. It's a polyester crepe. I do not recall where I purchased it, unfortunately. Now, it does not have sleeves, and honestly, that was a mistake. I was trying to add a ruffle to the sleeve. I don't know what I did, but sometimes our experiments go awry, and I simply just cut those sleeves off completely. I sewed a couple pair of pants. The first one is out of this really bright, bold green. This is Simplicity 9236, and it's got this great little hem detail. The fabric for this pair of pants I picked up at S.R. Harris in Minnesota. It's a cotton blend, it's got some stretch to it, and I really liked the color for summer. On these pants, I do not like the construction for the elastic waist. I don't like how it looks when it's done. I will change that in the future. And I really liked the detail at the hemline on this. This is why I purchased the pattern and sewed it. It has really nice pockets in the front, which are actually kind of invisible. They're top stitched in place and they are inside. In terms of length for these pants, I did not lengthen or shorten them. I'm just over 5 feet, 5 inches, and they hit me at the ankle as shown on the pattern cover. By the way, I am wearing a salmon-colored Concord tee, and I just think this is a lovely, casual summer look. This pair is McCall's 8098. I saw this fabric at Hobby Lobby. It was in their fall collection. It's a cotton linen blend and really a nice quality. Even though it's a fall collection, I knew I wanted to make this beachy pair of pants. Now, my challenge with this is I love the pants and I can never figure out what top to wear with the pants. It's the second time I've sewn this pattern. I have the same challenge with the first pair, so why I sewed another pair, I don't know. But aren't they fun? I did pick up some green fabric. The green tank top that I'm wearing is just a little tank top I picked up at Walmart so I would have something to put on for the video. But I found some green fabric and I think I'm gonna do maybe a little button front with a tie front so that I can wear these into the fall. What do you think? The last item I sewed, I do not have it here. I've already gifted it. It is Simplicity 6368. This is another shirt for my dad. I'll pop in a picture so you can see my handsome father. I've been sewing a shirt for my father from this pattern since I was a teenager back in the 70s. I've kept the pattern all these years, and I used to have a tradition of sewing one for him on Father's Day and his birthday. As I got busy, that tradition went away, and now I am enjoying having the opportunity to continue with that tradition. The fabric I found at my local quilt shop. It's a quilting cotton, and it was in the 4th of July collection. There's a special meaning between my father and myself with the 4th of July, and that's why I chose this fabric. And of course, I have to share with you the pattern matching on the pocket. And that, my sewing friends, is everything that I sewed in June and July. You might have noticed most of my projects were pretty simple to sew. I didn't have a lot of sewing time in June and July, and I also really didn't feel like sewing. Do you also find that there's certain times of the year that you just don't feel like sewing? If so, leave it in the comments for me below. I'm curious if it's just me that has a sewing slump in the summer. If you enjoyed this monthly makes video, you might enjoy my other ones. I'll link the playlist above for you and also put it in the description box for you below. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video. Happy sewing. My hair was curly when I started. Wow, humidity. Ooh, I'm sweating. I'm gonna have to go look it up. I'll be right back. Why can I never remember what this type of knit is? All right, I can't really do this on camera.